June 6, 2026. For the state of Ohio, the SPC issued a slight risk with damaging wind possibilities up to 30%, hail probabilities up to 15%, and tornado probabilities at 2%. However, the tornado percentage and higher percentages for damaging wind and hail were all farther east. But back in western Ohio, there are still chances for supercell development to happen. And because I am closer to western Ohio than I am to eastern Ohio, I decided to take my chances to try to see if I could see some sort of supercell or anything that day.
Alrighty, so I am on my way to Richmond, Indiana for a storm chase. A little bit of a mesoscale day today. And I'm going to be baking in the sauna my vehicle. As you can also see, if you can't tell by my shirt, I'm also wearing just a goofy little shirt that I have for chasing. I have two of these. And I'm going to try to wear these a bit more on chases moving forward. But I'm going to give it a shot today. We're going to see what's going to happen. Seems like a lot of the stuff is developing a little bit more south than I thought it was going to be. And a little bit more west for some of the stuff. But we're getting more development a bit more east as well. Closer to that Indiana-Ohio border. So I'm just going to make Richmond, Indiana my starting point. And kind of just go from there, watch meso analysis and all that kind of good stuff. Good news is Richmond, Indiana is really not that far away, about an hour or so. And we're gonna see what we can snag today. Maybe we get some good structure, maybe we get a good supercell, maybe we get a tornado somehow. The environment is really not that favorable, but it is a really decent secondary target. I mean, the atmosphere is pretty darn juiced. However, we're really lacking any sort of good shear. However, there is a shortwave that is moving through, and at least looking through models, vorticity was probably gonna be good. I didn't check that on meso analysis. I don't know why, I just completely forgot. But the vorticity is also decent. We could potentially see a brief little spin up if something actually goes. Hence why I'm like, screw it. It's a local-ish chase, hour or two away. I could do that. Oh crap, I'm supposed to get gas out of UDF. Okay, well, we're gonna take a slight detour then and go to a UDF and get gas because I have discounts for fuel. It's already like $3.50 something around here. I have a suspicion it's gonna shoot up, but I want to top off as much as possible here. Hopefully it's like a $40 fuel up at most, but this is gonna cut into my time a little bit. However, we'll make it there just fine, I hope. Let's just see how today goes. I have very, very low expectations, even though it's a slight risk. It's a wind and hail driven slight risk, but you never know. We could get lucky, we may not, but you don't know if you don't go out.
Gas prices were actually lower than I thought, and my 6-cent discount really helped.
Yay, we caught a train. However, $3.39 with my reward stuff that I have. Not bad for fuel. Didn't even put 38 bucks in the tank. Well, didn't even spend 28 bucks for fuel, which I mean, I will definitely take any day. I mean, I was at a quarter of a tank of fuel, filled up for not even 30 bucks. That's really good, dude. I'll take it. But we're just in the middle of a train, of course, dude. Worst timing for this too, because I need to get moving, and my phone just doesn't want to charge because my vehicle is so freaking warm. My phone can't even stay cool. So let's just see what we can do. I hope we can get something going. And the train's gone. Yay. Man, I wish I actually had working AC, bro. I really need that working again.
I continued my drive north to catch anything that I could, even though I felt like I was running behind.
Severe thunderstorm watch has just now been issued. And as I noted, there is a supercell just west of Indianapolis, kind of embedded within that cluster. I'll show you that photo. But we did get a severe thunderstorm watch. There is stuff starting to fire up. It seems like there is just enough to get things rotating. I think we have a genuine chance to at least get a supercell today if we play our cards just right. If I would have left an hour earlier, I probably could have gotten more west. It was looking like I would have needed to go a bit more west as well anyways. However, you never know what one of these cells down here could do. So I'm just going to gamble my luck with that. But another big challenge I'm having is my phone overheating. This darn car is so toasty right now, and I'm trying to not run the AC because hypermiling reasons. Turning the AC on doesn't do much. Maybe cools the air by like 2 degrees, but just sucks. I need to recharge that AC at least to have it good for the rest of the summer. Eventually, I gotta find that darn leak. It's getting ridiculous having to recharge the AC almost twice a year. But man, this thing turns into a darn sauna. I've been sweating for like ever since I stepped into this car, to be honest. Alright, so a little bit of change of plans. We're gonna go towards Hollisburg and kind of just try to get in front of these cells. I don't know what this one to my right is doing. I'm gonna kind of monitor that. Okay, here we go. White load. I'm gonna monitor this cell too. Maybe I go after this one just to see what the heck happens with it. I don't know. Maybe I should. But either way, I'm still trying to get north. I'm gonna monitor this cell here. If I need to get in front of it, I don't know if this is the one I'm going after or not. I think it is. We're gonna have to see what it does. I don't know if it's really gonna get going. Hard to say. But let's just see what we can get out of this. Might just run some time lapse on this. Another change of plans. We're going to Wayne Lakes instead. I want to be a little bit more farther east.
I made my way towards Wayne Lakes, not realizing I was going a bit too far north. I had to figure out where this storm was going.
Alright, I need to figure out what I need to do, because it's taking me on a goose chase through this little area. I need to figure out what I need to do right now. We go to storm relative velocity. Stuff back west actually still looks decent, I'm not gonna lie. Looks okay, like there's actually supercells starting to go back west. Back east, it doesn't look like much. I have no lower data back here. Okay, what do I need to do then? Well, I'm gonna turn around first off and then figure this out. Because this is ridiculous. I need to figure out what I'm doing right now. Do I need to go west? Or do I stick with whatever's here? I just need to get myself out of this, whatever the maze this is. Oh my gosh, bird. Hopefully I can get onto something, dude. Alright, I would have been fine in Richmond. I'm gonna go ahead and get south, probably towards like Boston, Indiana. Let's go ahead and do that, Boston, Indiana, or even go back towards Eaton. Where is Zach off to? Is he on that southern cell too? On this cell right here that I need to get moving if I want to get in front of it like right now. It's starting to get rain. We gotta get going here. Let's go towards Lewisburg. 13-mile drive. Let's just make it happen. We gotta go now. 20 minutes back south. Let's just see what this cluster does. If this cluster does something great, if not, then whatever. Let's just see what kind of time lapse and stuff I can get. I just want to get south of this. I'm not gonna lie, I might just go more west and say screw it. I don't think going south is the right option here, at least not south or east. I might try to get ahead of this cluster of storms, try to get west. The environment should be a little bit better there. However, I'm still going to go towards Lewisburg and just look at meso analysis, get a quick gauge of things, and then make my decision right then and there. I'm going to have to be quick with it though, that's for darn sure. Can't dilly-dally around making a decision right now. But either way, I just think I need to be west. It's always just telling me get west. Alright, so here's my plan. I'm going to just go west. I am going to go west. I'm going to go towards Richmond just so I can stay south of everything. At least just a little bit more south of everything. Kind of to see what everything's doing, reevaluate, go from there. We got about 20-minute drive ahead of us. 25-minute drive. We need to make up some ground though, like big time. I just feel like we were behind everything today. I don't know. I just feel like we were. Well, at least I feel like I was. Well, yeah, let's get west into Indiana. I think that's where we just need to be. I'm not even gonna look at meso now, just because I have a decent idea of what it should be, at the very least.
I made my way west on the interstate, but as I got closer to the other side of the storm, I noticed something.
I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but on my right, I noticed some area that's lifting some scud. Look at radar, there might be a very broad rotation. Yeah, back there. See it? I think that's an area of broad rotation back there. If that's the case, I'm gonna find a place to get off as soon as I can. We'll see if it actually does something. I'm not gonna have an exit for a while, which is so annoying. Oh, lightning. Well, we got our supercell. I just need to get a freaking exit to get off on. Legit not an exit for like the next 5 miles, which is ridiculous. Dang it. Man, this sucks, dude. I don't want to pull off on the side of the highway. I'm trying to avoid that as best as possible. Yeah, this is literally just only entrances. I'm rerouting myself towards Eaton. You can kind of see the wall back there still. You could barely make it on radar, I'll tell you that much, but it was there. Gosh, this is a crappy area to try to do anything with. It sucks. I know exactly where I'm at now, though. Sorry for it being at 30 FPS. I didn't realize that, but I'll fix that in a second and get it up to 60 FPS for you guys. I want to get southern ahead of this so I can time lapse it. Looks like it might be trying to organize again just a little bit. Oh, cop. Bro's got an incredible view for that supercell. Bro's got the front row seat for that wall cloud. Crazy work. Alrighty, I've rerouted back towards Lewisburg. I'm gonna try to get closer to this storm.
0.2 miles.
Man, I hope I can get closer to this. I want to try to get closer. I feel like I'm just getting farther and farther away, and the terrain's just not working with me here. Trees, dude, getting in my way. And a freaking tractor. Alright, there we go. We're past the tractor now. We're racing ahead to get back in front of this thing. I just want a better visual of this and want to get closer in case it actually does try to drop. Because, dude, it could easily drop. I'm surprised this is not tornado warning. I guess it's not enough rotation for them to warrant it, but it's got a very blatantly obvious wall cloud. Yep, here we go. I really gotta get closer to this. I feel like I just need to. Dude, that is such a low wall cloud. I think it's gonna produce. I think it actually is about to produce. I want to get a good visual, let it come close to me. We're gonna time lapse this. Maybe I do go east just a tad bit, get ahead of it, so I can then time lapse it. I'm just gonna keep the GoPro rolling for now. I definitely think it's about to go, dude. I definitely think it's about to drop. Oh yeah, dude, it's lowering even more. It's lowering even more. I think it's actually gonna produce, dude. There's actually no way it's about to try. Maybe I'm overhyping it too much, but it looks like it might try to do something. It's not as organized as it was a second ago. I'm just gonna stay on this road for a while, honestly. Just keep going, keep ahead of it. Alright, hopefully now you can see it. Up my window here. Yeah, dude, look at that. Now, if something does drop, you guys will see it, but trees, dude, are screwing us. Pulling up more Scud again. It's like it's trying to get organized, but then it starts to get disorganized. Then it just repeats that process. That's kind of what I've noticed. I can't believe we actually got a supercell, dude. Now, if it makes a right turn on us, we gotta book it south. Never mind, it made the right turn. I didn't realize it actually made the right turn. Oh, okay. So it's actually been trying. In that case, I need to turn around real quick. Crap, I do not want to be where I'm at right now. I need to turn around. I don't want to get caught in the hail core. We're getting precip already. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I need to turn around and book itself fast. Got lots of lightning right now too. I hope you guys can still see it, kind of. I'm not trying to drive in this hail core. I actually didn't realize it made the right turn. I have to hold the GoPro for now. Severe thunderstorm warning for this supercell. Probably got a tornado possible tag on it. I'm trying to just get in a little bit better of a spot right now. That's all I'm doing. I turned myself around and I'm gonna see what this thing does. I don't know why suddenly my GoPro didn't want to keep working with me, but you can get a really good look at this supercell. I thought I was recording for a while, but no, it just shut off for no reason. It likes to do that occasionally when it's still plugged in. Hate how I have to go through the entire town of Eaton though to get in front of this thing again. Well, keep in front of this thing. I'm gonna keep the GoPro going for as long as I can, and I'm just gonna keep hitting every single red light, aren't I? Never mind, hit my green. Yes. I don't know how much more impressive it's going to keep looking, but it did make that right turn, which is telling me it could try to produce here sooner than later. I am perfectly ahead of this thing. I'm glad I went more south, because if this thing does produce, it'll come right towards me and I'll be able to see it. And it'll be perfect for my time lapse. But again, it sucks because I have no clue now if it's on the ground or not, or if it is even trying to be on the ground because of all these freaking trees. That's all you're looking at is trees.
I rambled on about how much I didn't care for chasing in this area because of all the trees. However, I managed to find a perfect spot to watch the storm come right to me.
So there's our area of interest way back there. It doesn't look nearly as impressive as it did before. Kind of looks disorganized and a little sloppy. I got a time lapse going finally. I finally got some visibility and orientation of where this thing's at. But you know what? I'll take it. I mean, it sure as heck makes sense why this thing tried to get organized for a good little while. I think this thing might be done. I don't know if it actually did produce. Zach was closer to it. I'll see if he saw anything better than I did. But man, I was just trying to get ahead of this, trying to get some better visibility. I like playing way more ahead than being aggressive and close to it. Mainly again because I've had bad experiences in the past. Well, one big bad experience, and that's my fault. I think I'm just gonna stand my ground here. Hope I don't get a tick on me. I'm letting my time lapse go right now, but I can't believe we actually got into a cell, dude. It's not as great of a view as I wanted, unfortunately, because frick you, Ohio. Would have been nice if I actually stopped in Indiana. It's just not organized anymore. Putting out decent lightning, I can tell you that much by just hearing the thunder rumble. I might be trying to get a new wall cloud going back off in the distance. Okay, so I'm looking at radar. I believe that is a new supercell and a new base back there. Let me zoom in for you. As I was saying, that's the old storm. That's the new storm back there. That is definitely getting another base on it. It's coming right my way. I'm quite literally in the most perfect spot ever. Dude, look at the structure. Let me zoom out again. Like, dude, this is honestly incredible. Fusion missed out so bad, bro. He literally called the chase because he had to do an oil change. Like, bro, you can wait another 500 miles. Get your butt over here. Look what you missed out. You're missing out on a couple supercells now. One of which that actually kind of got pretty organized and wanted to go. But dude, this is honestly incredible. I can literally watch this come towards me, and then once I'm done, I can drive 30 minutes home and go back and eat dinner. This is honestly incredible, dude. I wonder how much that's going to organize. That looks like it's trying to organize pretty decently right now. Somewhat, at least. But honestly, the fact I got to a spot where it's visible is honestly incredible for Ohio. It is hard in this area, at least, to find a decent spot without being right next to this thing. I don't personally like doing that, especially since I'm a little bit of a newer chaser. This is my 8th chase. But just listening to this thunder rumbling, getting a time lapse going of this, dude. Lots of lightning. Time lapse is probably picking this up pretty darn well. Let me try that again. You can see all the inflow bands, dude. This is insane. We're probably gonna get precip here soon, so I probably need to get moving in just a bit to keep ahead of this, find another good spot, and keep time lapsing. I don't want to allow this thing to get too close to me, and then if something does drop, I get screwed over, or I just can't navigate around this horse crap terrain that this area can be sometimes. I don't know if this is trying to organize again or not. I know back there is definitely trying to. I'm gonna give it maybe another 5-10 minutes, but dude, this is the time lapse I wanted and some. Dude, this is honestly so cool. And the fact, again, that I'm like 30 minutes from home. This is an insane cell. I think lightning, I can't tell if lightning's picking up or not. But you guys are gonna get a really good time lapse. I can tell you that much right now. Behind, is that Zach?
He's chasing as well?
Yep.
It's storm. You should have seen the. I was when I was northwest of Eaton. It had like a legit rotating wall cloud just right above me.
Yeah, I barely saw, and of course my GoPro had to cut out.
Oh, dude, it was
stupid.
Right in front of me. I had this crazy view.
Yeah, I was trying to get ahead of this. I don't always like playing close, but
yeah, I don't either. But I was like, if it's gonna do it,
it's probably gonna do it. Yeah.
Well, we do have a nice spot right here. I was like, hey, this guy knows he's doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, he's been sitting here for a while.
Yeah, I've been here for like 10 minutes already or something like that. This thing is really trying to scud up again. But wow, dude. It tries, but then it just doesn't. It's hit or miss. But I'm gonna make my way back home and try to just watch this thing come over my house or near it. They did extend that severe thunderstorm warning. I need to get moving. Hope I don't get stuck. We're good. But yeah, we're gonna follow this thing home. Yeah, it just kind of crapped on itself. It just kind of fell apart right there. It was really trying to I knew it was trying a couple of times. There's also another cell a little bit farther north and east, but that's just kind of, it's just been kind of existing for a bit. But man, dude, this thing, from what Zach showed me, this thing was really trying to wrap up for a little bit, especially when it got closer to Eden. And of course, the Wilmington radar goes down. Like, perfect timing, darn freaking radar. Oh my gosh. I just got a lucky pull there, dude. I was so mad about trying to not find a spot because freaky Ohio. But lo and behold, I actually got one good spot. But anyways, let's take this thing home. We got about 30-minute drive home. We'll see what this thing does, if it does anything. But I think this cell might be finally done.
Overall, I would say for a low and risk day, this was a pretty successful chase. We got onto a pretty good supercell, and it definitely tried to produce for just a little bit. I also got what I wanted, which was some shots and some time lapse. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I really appreciate if you like this, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check the description down below. But with that being said, I will see you all later. Take care.